Let's go Broncos! All right, this time we're stepping outside Dove Valley for a second, not to take our eyes off Denver, but to sharpen the contrast between what's happening in Colorado and what's happening in the rest of the league. And the spotlight today? The Cleveland Browns. Because if you want to appreciate just how far the Broncos have come under Sean Payton, just look at what's going on in Northeast Ohio. One team is built, the other, still figuring out who's playing quarterback. Let's break this down. Smash that like button if you're grateful for where the Broncos are headed, and drop a comment. Go Broncos! We're built different. Now here's the thing. Cleveland's 2025 schedule just leaked in full, and it's a brutal wake-up call for their fan base. They're projected to play 18 straight weeks without a single primetime game. You heard that right. Zero. None. Not even a Thursday night slot. The NFL took one look at the Browns and said, let's keep these guys at 1 p.m. on Sundays and call it a day. That's a statement. The league isn't interested in promoting a team with no identity and no star power. And that's exactly the opposite of what we're seeing in Denver. While Cleveland is getting buried in early, cold window time slots, the Broncos are staring down up to 6 primetime games, including a Christmas night showdown at Arrowhead against the defending Super Bowl champs. That's the kind of spotlight Denver earned. That's belief from the league. That's Bo Nix, R.J. Harvey, and Sean Payton turning heads already. But the contrast doesn't stop there. Let's talk roster clarity. The Browns? They might start Dylan Gabriel, or maybe rotate 4 different QBs. Seriously, that was actually suggested by Cleveland media. Like a Pro Bowl-style rotation. That's desperation. That's grasping at straws. Meanwhile, in Denver, Bo Nix is already entrenched as the starter. There's no drama. No doubt. He's building chemistry. He's owning the locker room. This isn't a wait-and-see rookie year. It's go time. And the Browns' travel schedule? Yikes! They're heading to London in Week 5 to play the Vikings, who are already in Europe the week before. Huge advantage for Minnesota. No bye week on the back end. Just straight back into the fire against Pittsburgh. Compare that to Denver, who not only gets the perfect London timing in Week 6, but also has reduced travel overall. Sean Payton worked the schedule, played the game, protected his players. That's elite coaching. But here's the kicker. While the Broncos are stacking talent and building momentum, the Browns are walking into a gauntlet to start their season. Bengals, Ravens, Packers, Lions, Vikings in London, Steelers on the road. That's 6 straight games before a bye, with 0 cupcakes. That's a potential 1-5 hole before the season even starts cooking. And they've got no star QB to dig them out. Meanwhile, Denver, we're getting early altitude games, favorable matchups, and continuity. Payton isn't just hoping we start fast. He's engineered it. And let's be real. When you're a team like Cleveland and you go from 3 wins to maybe 6, that's seen as progress. But in Denver, we're talking playoffs. We're talking 11 to 12 wins. We're talking Bo Nix for Offensive Rookie of the Year. R.J. Harvey for Breakout Back. Jade Barron for Defensive Rookie of the Year. The standards are just different. So if you're still not convinced that Denver is operating on another level, just compare vibes. One team's media is doing card tricks at the end of their schedule reveal show. The other, planning Christmas night football under the lights in Kansas City. That's the difference between rebuild and reload. That's the difference between hoping and knowing. So Broncos country, what's your take? Should the Browns be buried in 1 p.m. windows? Would you ever rotate 4 QBs? And how many primetime games do you think Denver deserves this year? Drop your takes below. Hit that like button if you take Bo Nix over any of Cleveland's QBs. Subscribe for more NFL-wide comparisons and deep dive Broncos analysis. And check out the next video. It's a side-by-side breakdown of the Broncos and Browns roster with a full positional battle breakdown and playoff projection. Denver is different. And here's where the contrast between Denver and Cleveland becomes more than just scheduling quirks or QB headlines. This is about organizational DNA. Because when you peel back the layers, you start to see how the Broncos are stacking not just players, but football infrastructure, a real vision, a real plan, a foundation that's been rebuilt the right way. And the Browns? They're still out here rearranging deck chairs, hoping to stay afloat in one of the league's most brutal divisions. Let's take this deeper. Look at how each team handled their offseason. In Denver, George Payton and Sean Payton went to work surgically. They didn't throw money at overhyped names. They drafted high character, high floor players who fit the system. R.J. Harvey? That wasn't just a nice pick. That was a plan. A film watched, back-checked, data-verified fit for what Payton wants to do with Bo Nix. Jade Barron? Not just a luxury pick. He fills a role that Vance Joseph desperately needed short up. Nickel corner with safety versatility and SEC pedigree. And what about Pat Bryant? The moment he walked in, you could tell this kid was built for Sean Payton's offense. Big, reliable, technical. Every pick made sense. Every signing made sense. Now let's look at Cleveland. They're still trying to justify the Deshaun Watson deal, one of the most disastrous moves in NFL history. Fully guaranteed. $230 million. And the return? A locker room distraction, inconsistent play, and no clarity about the future. That's the foundation they're building on. And while Denver is locking down future core pieces, Ingram, Greenlaw, JFM, Cleveland is cycling through short-term fixes. A backup plan here, a band-aid there. They're praying that the defense bails out the offense. But we already know how that story ends. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a chance. And that's why Bo Nix matters so much. The NFL just gave Denver maximum spotlight, primetime games, flex windows, Christmas at Arrowhead, because they believe in the quarterback. Say whatever you want about the draft pundits. The NFL doesn't schedule marquee games around QBs they don't trust. Bo Nix has the full backing of the league already. That's not just hype, that's forecasting. And it's not just him. RJ Harvey is drawing national attention. Bleacher Report, ESPN fantasy analysts, even beat reporters from other teams are calling him the real deal. When's the last time that happened for a Broncos rookie running back? Not since Philip Lindsay was torching defenses in 2018. And before that, Terrell Davis. When the run game gets national love, it means it's real. And defensively, let's stop playing modest. The Broncos could easily finish as the #1 defense in the NFL. PFF and Bleacher Report already projected. The pass rush is deeper than it's been since the Super Bowl run. The secondary has the best corner in football, a breakout rookie, and multiple interchangeable pieces who can fly around. The linebackers are aggressive, smart, and rangy. There's not a hole, not a weakness, not a soft spot. Now zoom back out. The NFL didn't just quietly admit the Broncos are back. They put it in bold letters on the schedule. 6 primetime games, multiple holiday features, international spotlight. This isn't about Bo Nix maybe being good. This is about Denver being positioned as a must-watch team in the league's toughest conference. The Browns? They're hiding them, like a glitch in the system. No primetime games, no hype, no trust. And that's the difference. That's the difference between hope and belief, between noise and momentum, between empty calories and real football nutrition. So Broncos country, I'll leave you with this. Would you trade places with any of these mystery QB franchises right now? With the Browns? With the Patriots? With the Commanders or Giants? Of course not, because for the first time in years, the Denver Broncos are walking into a season with clarity, with conviction, with a quarterback, a plan, and the full support of the league office, the locker room, and a fan base that's been starving for a real contender. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Where does this Broncos roster rank compared to the rest of the AFC? Top 3? Top 5? Do you see Bo Nix and this staff bringing home 11 wins? 12? Or more? Hit that like button if you know we're built different. Subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. It's coming up next. How Sean Payton's play-action system will make Bo Nix impossible to stop by mid-season. The league is watching. And Denver? We're ready. And now, Broncos country, this is where the picture gets even clearer. Because while other teams are still fumbling to build a foundation, Denver is already stacking floors on a skyscraper. The pillars are set, the culture is in, and the national conversation is finally catching up to what we've all seen brewing for months. The Denver Broncos are no longer a question mark, they're a threat. Let's talk narrative for a second. A year ago, the Broncos were the punchline, a bloated contract, an aging QB, confusion on the sideline, a team that, to most of the national media, looked lost. But behind the scenes, George Payton was cleaning the cap. Sean Payton was laying the groundwork. And now, that same team that couldn't even get a Monday night slot in 2023 is about to take over